Hello, YouTube world. Quick video today talking to you about the world of rigged sports, the world of occult rituals, the world of the scripted National Football League. In particular, we're going to focus on the Broncos-Giants game from last Sunday. One of the most obscenely scripted, obviously scripted games that you could ever see. I'm going to start by playing a really short video from the channel Lobo, Lobo. So I thank you for this clip, Lobo. So let's go ahead and take a quick look.
It's a 3rd and 5. They come up the middle, heavy pressure in the third. Intercepted. It's picked off by Sternad. He breaks the tackle, breaks it up. He missed earlier. And he missed that one again. He's in for the injured Graham Gano, who is on IR. 2 missed extra points. It's a 2-point game. The Giants on top. The Broncos will have it out of timeouts. 39-yard field goal for the win. He got it. Denver's won. It's a 3rd and 5 that comes.
So here are a couple of the key points we want to focus on. Here we read, Denver's final drive started with 33 seconds left in the game, and they won with 33 points. Denver's final drive started with 33 seconds left, and they win with 33 points. Remember that number 33. And this graphic here, take a quick look. So Denver was down 19-0 at the very end of the third quarter. Denver is down 19-0 entering the fourth quarter. They score 33 total points in the fourth quarter. 0 points in the first 3 quarters, 33 points in the fourth quarter. And of course, the back and forth drama. The Broncos take the lead, 30-26. Then the Giants regain the lead, 32-30. Then the Broncos win on the last play of the game, 33-32. Reminds you a lot of the back and forth of the Chiefs-Jaguars Monday night game a couple weeks ago. But just to show you one more time on this is ESPN.com. The play-by-play analysis. And here we see end of the third quarter, 19-0 New York Giants. Fourth quarter, Denver does not score until the fourth quarter. There we see 19-8 in the fourth quarter. And then looking down the rest of the summary, we see all in the fourth quarter, Denver wins 33-32. Denver scores 33 total points in the third quarter. 0 points for Denver, first 3 quarters, 33 points in the fourth quarter. Here you see it. Goose egg, 33 points in the fourth quarter. They win 33-32, and Denver started their final drive, which resulted in the winning field goal with 33 seconds left. Why is that important? We're going to take a look. So I didn't know this till after that game Sunday. There was a ceremonial tribute to the deceased former Broncos player, Demaryius Thomas, that went on at halftime. Here we read. This is from Adam Schefter of ESPN. The late, great wide receiver Demaryius Thomas is being inducted into the Broncos Ring of Fame at halftime of today's game versus the Giants. The induction will take place on the Broncos Alumni Weekend with the largest alumni reunion in team history. So the largest alumni reunion in Broncos team history. Very notable. There will be 170 former Bronco players, including 40 from the Super Bowl 10 team in attendance. I believe that's 10. So There you have it. Here you see an image of halftime. Demaryius Thomas on the big board. I think that shows he's born in, I can't read that year, but here we see one Broncos player genuflecting in the end zone. We see just a little bit more on this. Demaryius Thomas is officially a member of the Denver Broncos Ring of Fame. So they erected an idol for him. Here we read this caption. When I saw Demaryius Thomas' face on his Ring of Fame pillar, I thought, wow, I don't remember being a funny-looking dude. Looks like my memory is fine. And, you know, I remember Demaryius Thomas, and this plaque does not look like him. So I don't know if they were trying to shame him, but anyhow, so there is the plaque for Demaryius Thomas and the Denver Broncos Ring of Fame. This was put up during last Sunday's game against the Giants. So an idol erected for Demaryius Thomas. So we read about Demaryius Thomas, who passed away in 2021. What do you know? 33 years old. There you have it. 33 years old. And now you can start to see why Denver won the game with 33. And, you know, they won the game with 33 points. They end up with 33 points to win the game, 33-32. They score all 33 points in the fourth quarter. And even better yet, they start their final drive, which would result with the game-winning field goal with 33 seconds left. Folks, do you think that is a coincidence? I sure don't. So let's just take a look real briefly at what happened concerning the death of Demaryius Thomas. Here we see, on December 9, 2021, Thomas was discovered unconscious at his residence in Roswell, Georgia. He was later pronounced dead at the age of 33. The cause of death was believed to be a seizure secondary to injuries Thomas suffered from years of football in a 2019 car crash. Police said that his death was attributed to a medical issue. After Thomas's death, his brain was donated to Boston University for examination. It tested positive for chronic traumatic encephalopathy, CTE, a neurodegenerative condition associated with repeated head trauma. As of March 2023, he's one of at least 345 NFL players to be diagnosed after death of this disease. CTE, that's concerning concussions. So what some people might say, a very questionable death of Demaryius Thomas, occurring in 2021. So they say he died of a seizure related to CTE. I don't know. I sure don't know. That's all I'll say about that. But Demaryius Thomas dead at 33 years of age. We always wonder, with that number 33, is a ritual in play. 33, as many of you all know, one of the, if not the most preferred numbers of the Illuminati and Freemasons. Think about the 1/3 angels that fell from heaven with Lucifer, Satan. 1/3 equals 33.3%. There's that 33. Jesus Christ died, presumably, at the age of 33. Jesus Christ, his death, burial, and resurrection at 33 years of the age. They mocked Jesus Christ with that 33 number. And we could go on and on. One more example for you of that. Apologize, guys. That mouse went funny there for a moment. This happens with so many players. Let me give you one more example. One of the most famous, the very most famous Chiefs players in history, the legendary linebacker Derek Thomas, he died tragically at the age of 33. another strange death where Derek Thomas died. He had a car crash on an icy road, and he died weeks later of a pulmonary embolism that occurred as a result of the injuries from that car crash. So this is just one more example. We could spend all day if we went down a long, long list of players from the NBA, NFL, professional sports that have died at the age of 33. So you sure wonder about rituals, and that certainly applies to Demaryius Thomas and what we saw in this Broncos-Giants game on Sunday. Some people might say it sure had the feeling of a ritual. They were honoring Demaryius Thomas. Demaryius Thomas died in 2021 at 33 years of age. The Broncos put up the goose egg, 0 points in the first three quarters, then 33 points in the final fourth quarter. They start their final drive, which results in the game-winning field goal with 33 seconds left. They win 33-32. Another headline this week. I apologize, guys. This mouse is just going crazy. And a former NFL player, Doug Martin, dead, 36 years old. The 3 and the 6, that's a 666 number. Very strange situation with Doug Martin. So take a look at this. This is interesting. If you look at just the Wikipedia page on Doug Martin, we see his weight listed at 210 pounds. Excuse me. So when I simply Googled Doug Martin on my phone, this is what I got. This is what showed up first. And if I can just give you a closer look, take a look at this. Quick facts, Doug Martin, dead at 36 years, of course, weight 223 pounds. 223. Why is that strange? So his weight is listed on Wikipedia, 210. Well, what's that 223 remind you of? Skull and Bones, we have, of course, the 322, but we see all the time that number will be reversed to show you the 223 as code. So we see Skull and Bones, of course, with the 322 numerology, but all the time, if you're paying attention, you will notice that you will see the 322 backwards, which is a 223. A lot of times, some people might say written as code. Were they saying this was a ritual? I don't know, but a strange situation with Doug Martin. If we just take a short look here, Googling Doug Martin, Doug Martin's cause of death still unknown, okay? Cause of death still unknown. And here we read, Doug Martin's tragic mental health battle revealed after ex-Bucs star died in police custody. I don't know a lot about this, but he died in police custody, and the cause of death is still unknown. Very strange. And apparently, Doug Martin had put out, I don't know if they were on X, if they were tweets, or where the information was, but Lobo, that channel, is one of the people that mentioned this, that he had kind of spoken out a little bit about some things, and I looked at X. Those posts are now gone, so I don't know much about that, but apparently he had spoken out on social media in some posts, and then, very soon after, he dies under very bizarre circumstances in police custody. Cause of death unknown. So some people out there might certainly be wondering again about another ritual. We see these ritual deaths all the time in professional sports. These unfortunate souls dying by the numbers. So one more bit in the news today concerning this world of scripted sports. NBA legend Chauncey Billups, Heat's Terry Rozier arrested as part of FBI gambling probe. Now, Chauncey Billups was arrested for being part of a rigged poker game, but Terry Rozier was arrested concerning sports gambling. Let's just read a real quick bit of this. Cash Patel told Fox News this operation involved an expansive effort across 11 states, arresting 34 subjects, including multiple NBA players and coaches who allegedly took advantage of their own positions of power to rig gambling systems for their own benefit, eventually funneling money to La Cosa Nostra, the mafia, enriching some of the most notorious criminal networks in the world. Not going to read this whole thing, but let's take a look at one more little bit here.
Morning. Today we are here in New York to announce a historic arrest.
New York City Police Commissioner Jessica Tice said Rozier faked an injury to leave a March 23rd, 2023 game. There's your 23 numerology. Between the Hornets and Pelicans, Rozier was alleged to have told co-defendant De Niro Laster that he would take himself out of the game so Laster could bet on it. And I've talked about this in videos before about injuries that are being faked in some of these games, particularly in playoff games in the past. So just a little bit there. And these certainly may be just kind of patsies and fall guys that have been taken down to give the FBI, the Trump administration, their headline, their moment in the sun, so they can look like the good guys. But just want to put this out there, just blatantly scripted Broncos-Giants game. Certainly some may say looked to be a ritual last Sunday, and we see these what appear to be, as some would say, ritual deaths all the time in the world of professional sports, so often at the age of 33. Most importantly, time is really running out. The rapture is coming any day now. For those that are mock and say, oh, you and others have been talking about the rapture for a lot of years, particularly since 2020, those are mocking. I'm telling you, please open your eyes, soften your heart. It is coming very, very soon. When the rapture happens, you won't be mocking anymore if you're left behind. This is the gospel, 1 Corinthians chapter 15, verses 1 to 4. The key part here, verses 3 and 4. How that Christ died for sins according to the Scriptures, and then he was buried, then he rose again the third day according to the Scriptures. If you're not saved, may today be the day of salvation. You must just believe the truth. Put your faith in Jesus Christ, the truth that he shed his blood to pay for all your sins, past, present, and future. He's paid your sin debt in full, that through his death, burial, and resurrection, you have forgiveness of all sins and eternal life. And I'm pleading on you, don't wait any longer, okay? You must believe the gospel to be saved. Call on the Lord today. Acknowledge you're hearing this truth. You believe this truth. Call on Jesus Christ. Ask him to help you to believe, to come into your life, to come into your heart today. So I'm pleading with you. Address it if you've not, that you would look to the Lord and that you would receive salvation today. So just want to put this out there real quick. Hope you guys are doing well. God bless you. Lord willing, I'll talk to you again real soon, if not up in the clouds.